No, leave them, leave them. Okay, go, kill these three. Go, 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 go. Right above you. Good shot. Atta boy. You have to have patience. Let those ones land. Then we're going to get those big groups coming in. Big snow goose hunt. Go figure. Another big snow goose hunt. So now what we have to do is figure out whose it is. I've never hunted that field before. First thing we're gonna do is turn off the car. What I'll do is look on my map. I'm still old school. I have paper maps. I gotta buy a laptop next year. Alright, so here we are. The next thing is to get permission. Not necessarily the hardest thing of waterfowling, but one of the most important things of waterfowling, of any sort of hunting, is landowner permission. You never go in without permission. Alright, so this one's still happening. I'm not going to waste too much time here. It's not the target hunt, but they're still doing what they're supposed to be doing, puddling, and that's a good thing. So on to the next hunt. Yeah, Mel was the older gray-haired fellow came and seen you. Can we do some hunting there until Thursday or Friday? Is that okay? Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Get them all? Yeah. Well, we'll try. Sometimes they're smarter than we are, but we'll do our best. Yeah, there's so many around. They do so much damage to your guys' crops if yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Well, thank you, and you have an excellent evening. Okay. Bye-bye. You bet. Bye-bye. Sorry, Mel. I had to say the older gray-haired fellow guy because she had the quarters mixed up. But we got it all figured out. Well, we got one heck of a shoot here. It's a big snow goose and a speckle belly shoot. And there's probably a couple thousand mallards in here as well. It's barley swath field. There's still more birds coming in. They are roosting very close. There's big water right in the field. So obviously we will make sure that they don't go back in there tonight and go to other roosts further away from the field. So obviously they don't hear us shooting at the first few flights that come in. But I'm pretty excited. This is my biggest hunt this year. That's for sure. So I got to try to beat the younger Snow King this year. I think Dustin shot 40 or 50 that one evening. Was my hunt, but we put Dustin in and he did very well. So the game is on. See if I can't show up the young buck. We're playing with a very high volume of birds, so the percentage, you know, of them coming back is high. Enough to get it done anyway. But yeah, big hunt, especially those snow geese. And then with the barley swaths too, you got real nice cover. There's a slough bottom in the middle with some tall grass, but if there wasn't swaths, we could probably even put the blinds in that and just shoot them in the face. I'm not gonna pass shoot them. We'll shoot them dead on. I had a hunt like this similar last year that we backed right off into the tall slough grass and had the decoys, the spread out front, and the wind obviously behind us. And we ended up shooting our 40 ducks, and we shot 70 snow geese, actually not too far from here. And so I think I'm going to do the similar spread and hunt tomorrow, and hopefully it works out the same way. Probably won't get much sleep tonight. So now it's just a waiting game. Put them to bed, as we call it. We only got about 10 minutes of light. We had a lot of migrators come in today. When I was watching this hunt this morning, and birds a mile up, and they see this many birds and they come down. So this hunt from a day and a half ago is growing 10 times, just because our migration now, we're at the beginning of October and they're really starting to come down from the north. So we're getting these big waves, and it's just like a magnet. I was 5 miles to the east of here looking at a couple other hunts tonight, and I could see birds coming from another 5 miles, and I knew exactly where they were going. They were coming here. It's just a big magnet. They can see, with this many birds, they can see these birds from a long ways away. Especially when they're, bunny hopping and flying around, and it just catches their attention, and it gets bigger and bigger. But the landowner, he wants them out of here. They're doing a lot of damage to those swaths. So he told me, he says, just keep going in and keep them out of there. They're combining, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday, he said. Well, they should be going any minute now. It's getting pretty dark out. Starting to get the butterflies already. They're gonna go to the roost. That's only half of them. The other ones went that way. Tomorrow morning, a northwest wind. You want kind of a good runway as well too. I don't want to put them too tight up to the bush line or too tight up to that house, because you want to give, especially snow geese, they might come in a mile high and then they work their way down slowly. So you want to give them a real nice open runway for them to float into the decoys. So picking a spot, yeah, it's very important. You want to be on the X, but in hand you want to make sure that the blinds are covered up. And in this pond behind us as well too, they'll eat and then they've been taking a drink, so they know this spot here is very safe. So I'll get the pin and we'll put the pin in and call it the night. You can hear the birds on the roost, which isn't a good thing, but we'll be okay in the morning.
The way we have the snow geese decoying now is unbelievable. I mean, they're decoying closer and better than ducks, and the volume is higher, and they're these big white things that just make a lot of noise, and they willow leaf, and then they come in sometimes way too hot to shoot at them, and then other times they hang up and watch, and it's just, if you're a waterfowler, it's breathtaking. And snow geese get a bad rap. I mean, people call them sky carp. Well, you can call them all sorts of names, but that's just because they won't come down and decoy. But once you figure it out, it is the best thing going. when everyone says they're not good eating, well, maybe some of the adult birds that are 9, 10, 11 years old, yeah, probably not. You wouldn't eat a 9-year-old chicken either. But them immatures, they got those gray backs, they eat well. They're fine.
This one.
We spotted it. It was on barley swath, so there was lots of feed. There's a big water roost right next to the field, so it was just perfect conditions for the birds. There was 5,000-6,000 birds in there, ducks and geese. Oh, excited for sure with that many, especially snow geese in there, and ducks and birds in general. That was probably one of the first big Snow Goose shows that we did it for the year. So yeah, no, it's always exciting. You always get, I think, more in the morning, getting the hunters ready and driving out there, and they're excited, and then when you pull in, the butterflies start going and getting ready to watch the sun come up and the birds come in. It was a very long hunt. Yeah, I think, we started shooting right at legal, and I think we ended at 11:30 or something. I believe it was about 4 hours, 3.5 hours of solid shooting. Again, just because of the volume. And they didn't come in great big waves, which was nice. They're just a steady stream. And hunting close to a big piece of water that they are roosting on, you're going to get traffic most of the morning, because there'll be even birds that maybe weren't feeding there. They're coming back to that water. So when they're coming back as well, they see your spread and they're going to come down and have a look, right? Wherever they were, maybe they didn't get enough to eat and they're still hungry and they wanted to have a quick bite before they get a drink of water. So those hunts always seem to carry out longer as well. I had 5 hunters that morning, and they all had 4 boxes of shells. So that's 25 times 4 is 100 rounds per hunter, and we ran out of ammo that morning, so 500 rounds we shot. Yeah, so it was consistent shooting, and we could have probably shot another 100 rounds after that too. The birds were still coming, and that's those late flocks that are coming back to the water but still see you and say, we need another couple kernels of barley before we take a drink. So it was fun. What did we get? 123, I think. We had our 40 duck limit, and then we shot 85 geese. So in this year you're allowed 50 snow geese per hunter per day. So it's 123 birds total. Yeah, that was the biggest shoot they ever had at the lodge. Yeah, absolutely. You feel very proud and very accomplished, right? And that all that time and effort that you spend spotting and studying the hunt and getting permission on it, and it all comes together. I wish we had some more ammunition, but no, absolutely, very gratifying. Yeah, this year's been a year for records, that's for sure. And clubs. We have the 100 Bird Club and the 100 Goose Club and the Wood Duck Club, and lots of clubs going on.
This year, the weather's just been all over the map. I mean, we've had, days where it was 35 degrees Celsius, followed by snow the very next day, and then, and then a cold front. And then 3 days later, it's sunny, hot, dry, and then there's a full moon. And then we get right back into another cold front and rain and this year, high winds. Like several days we've hunted in very, very high winds. So yeah, I mean, I've never really seen a year with so much radical weather changes, and it does. It throws us for a loop. There's no doubt.
Well, that's a wrap. We killed 80 geese and 40 ducks. So we got a limit of ducks, and we shot, I think, a dozen dark geese, dozen speckle bellies, which were allowed 4 or 5 per guy. And then the rest were all snows. So that's what, 70 snows? We had 4 hours of constant birds coming in. The guys each had 4 boxes of shells, 100 rounds, and we shot them all. So what is that, 500 rounds? Awesome hunt. Awesome hunt. The guys are happy. So now cleanup time and go eat.
How many of these did we put out?
All of them. I think there's 250, 280.
Welcome to Alberta. How's that? Yeah? Wow. Is that all of them? That's a truckload. Jason Bodine. New one hunt camp record. Giddy up. Giddy up.
That was 4 hours of consistent flights. We always had birds.
Yeah, let me touch greatness.
Oh yeah, right. Don't jinx me.
No. That's good. I've been doing this a long time, so has Jay. I've never gone on a hunt like this. Is that why? No. Oh, this is the best hunt we've ever seen here. I mean, we did a 109. Mel did a 112, and when's my turn?
We didn't touch a thing. We just shot and shot and shot and
No
shot
kidding.
and shot more, shot more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Big morning.
shall we hang him?
Let's hang them.
He was holding one dog, and instead of kicking and spreading them apart, he got bit. Like, you just gotta.
Bad?
Ah,
Pretty
good
good.
enough. Good enough.
Oh, really?
How many specs do you have?
I think there's only 10.
Well, we can put the specs up top. Okay,
What, boss?
you're 130 geese short, man.
What? I thought we had them all. 80 we got.
80. You caught 80.
We're
that's
under.
good. You're under.
You're under.
You're under.
290 with there.
You're way under. Yeah, you're under 200. What the heck? Wow. You know I'm just kidding, right? Oh, okay. This maybe spec blue hybrid.
Yeah.
Right there. Look at that. Dark neck, orange feet. Probably a blue goose speckle belly hybrid. Look at that. So come that kind of our mid-season, so once we've been at it, you know, that 4.5 weeks, we're starting to see a bunch more of the Arctic birds rolling. Then you get a whole bunch more snows rolling in, and you know, we're a product of our environment, so we hunt what's there. And you know, Jason had gone out and shot 70 snows on a hunt, and a bunch of ducks and a bunch of you know, other dark geese for a real big hunt. And Mel had done another big one, 60, you know, and Dustin shot 40 or 60 snows. I mean, I can't remember all the numbers now. And of course, you know, Claudio, the outfitter, hadn't been on the big Snow Goose hunt yet. And, you know, I remember it very well. And Dan went out and had a tough duck hunt with these 4 guys. And he brought in 15. And there was a hunt that I'd been watching. And this thing's sitting in 640 acres of land. It's a big chunk. And the landowner wants us to carry in, so foot access only. So it complicates things a little bit. So if the birds aren't within striking distance of the road, and you know, we don't mind carrying in 400 yards, 400 meters, but you know, to get in the 800, 880 yards where they're right out in the middle, it's almost impossible for us to do. So, you know, it was set up, and it just happened that they set up for us perfectly on a morning that Dan had a tough one. And so of course I looked at it and I went, well, there's a bunch of snows. They've been sitting in there for quite a while. There's some specks in there as well, and a bunch of ducks. And I thought, yeah, you know what, let's do it. Let's carry the stuff in. And you know, I had 4 very young, able-bodied guys, like they're in their 40s, and you know, and it worked.
Well, welcome to the 100 Bird
Oh,
Club.
the 100 Bird Club, that's right.
That a boy.
I was 60, so.
Yes!
Yeah. So you just raised the bar.
I raised the bar.
The thing is, we did it without help. You had to have help.
I only had 4 guys. Oh,
Oh no, help, meaning all of us guys.
Oh,
Helping.
helping carry out the carnage, you mean?
That's right.